Hello everyone. Today I'll speak about instruction prompting, a powerful concept in AI that allows us to interact with language models in a straightforward way. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is AiSPRY. I work as an associate data scientist at 360DigiTMG AiSPRY. So by the end of the session, we will understand what instruction prompting is, why it's useful, and how to implement it using a simple Python script with an open source model. So now let us begin. Coming to instruction prompting, definition. Instruction prompting is a technique where we give a clear, direct instruction to an AI model to get a specific response. Instead of vague or open ended questions, we provide precise directions like explain X in simple words or write a poem about Y. Now, why it's useful? Makes AI responses more focused and relevant, reduces the need for complex fine tuning of models, works well with instruction tuned models, which are trained to follow human instructions accurately. Think of it like a clear directions to a chef. Instead of saying make something tasty, you say make a chocolate cake with vanilla frosting. The result is exactly what you wanted. So, we will be able to summarize this article in 3 sentences, write a Python function to calculate the square of a number, explain how a rainbow is formed in simple words. These are few examples of the prompts. Now, why does it matter? It's user friendly, saves time, and makes AI accessible to non experts. Okay, so we use instruction tuned models. For example, Falcon 7B instruct that are pre trained to understand and respond to instructions. These models are built on large data sets where they learn to follow commands. When you give an instruction, the model processes it and generates a response based on its training. So the key components could be one is prompt, the instruction you provide. Example, how a rainbow is formed in a simple words, as I mentioned earlier. A clear-cut prompt. Then the model, a pre-trained language model that understands the instruction. And the third one would be the output, the model's response tailored to your instruction. Now let us understand why does this simple prompts work. So instruction tuned models are designed to handle direct commands. So you don't need to be an AI expert to use them effectively. For example, write a story about a cat. It generates a story. If you say write a story about a cat who saves the day, you get more specific story. Okay. Now let us go through the code step by step to understand more about this instruction prompting. Okay, now let us look at the Python script. So that demonstrates instruction prompting using an open source model. I'll explain each part of the code in simple terms and show you the output as well. Okay, we are using the Hugging Face Transformers library to load an instruction tuned model 7B Falcon 7B instruct. The script sends an instruction to the model and prints response. Yeah, and prints the response. Okay. Now let us understand. First, let us install the required packages, whether it could be transformers, accelerate, or even the torch. Okay. Once these libraries are imported, installed. Once these libraries are installed, let us import few other libraries as well. That is transformers and from the transformers library, let us import auto tokenizer, then auto model for casual LM and the pipeline. Okay. Once this Libraries are being imported. Let us load the instruction tuned open source model. We use Falcon 7B instruct model, which is pre-trained to follow instructions. The tokenizer prepares the input text and the model is loaded onto the GPU if it is available for faster processing. So the key settings, what we would make is this device map is equal to auto and torch D type or the data type is equal to auto to optimize the performance. Okay. Then we will create a text generation pipeline. The pipeline combines the model and tokenizer into a single tool that takes an instruction and generates a response. It's like setting up a conveyor belt. You put in the instruction and the pipeline delivers the output. Now let us define the instruction prompt, a very basic instruction prompt. So we write a simple instruction, explain how a rainbow is formed in simple words. So this is the prompt we send to the model. It's clear and specific, which is key for good results. Now let us run the model. This is the code to run the model. We pass the instruction to the pipeline, setting parameters like max new tokens is equal to 100, limits the response to 100 new words. Do sample is equal to true, allows creative responses. Temperature is equal to 0.7, controls randomness. 0.7 is a good balance. The model processes the instruction and generates response. Once that is done, let us print the output. We display the instruction and the model's response. The output shows how the model interpreted and the instruction and explained the concept. When we run the script, it downloads the model, which will take a few minutes to download, and then it generates the output. Over here, we could see the output. Okay, the response of the model for the given instruction. Explain how a rainbow is formed in simple words. The model's response is a rainbow is formed due to the interaction between sunlight and water droplets in the atmosphere. Sunlight enters a water droplet and is refracted or bent as it passes through the boundary between air and water. As a result, the light is separated into its component colors, which is available as a circular arc of colors around the sun. Around the sun. Basically, it gave us the required output. Using a simple language, using a simple instruction, we got the response from the model. We can test different instruction to refine the results further. We can give few more precise instruction as well to get more detailed response from the model. So tools like Falcon 7B instruct make it accessible to everyone. Okay, so we can easily import that model and get our desired result. At the same time, we can use this for the some other real world applications as well. Maybe writing assistance, for example, drafting the emails for the education purpose, for example, explaining any concept maybe, and for the even the coding purpose that is generating the script. Okay, so it is very important to be specific. For example, explain in 50 words. Okay, so using the simple language, we can try out with the different instructions. So these are the key takeaways from this topic. So in this, the model understood the instruction and explained the rainbow formation in simple terms, mentioning sunlight, water droplets, and refraction. The response is concise and clear, exactly what we asked for. You don't need to be an AI expert to use it. Just write clear instruction. Thank you.